Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me again. I'm Jonathan Mills Patrick. Welcome to another episode of Funding Simplified, where I simplify the business funding process, whether that's getting loans through lenders, taking on debt, or whether you're working with investors and giving up equity in your startup or existing company to fund your process. Today, I want to talk to you about the difference between a term sheet and a commitment letter. There's a big difference. Now, you need to understand that both investors and lenders use term sheets. Today, I'm talking about term sheets and commitment letters from the perspective of a lender, not an investor. We'll talk about that later. There's good news and bad news when you get a term sheet. The good news is that means that the lender is showing some interest in what you're doing. The bad news is that a term sheet does not mean you are approved. I want to pause there and make sure you pay attention to that. A term sheet does not mean you are approved or that your loan will close. All a term sheet really is what it sounds like. It is laying out the various terms of a loan and what the lender expects those terms to look like. Notice I said expect. A term sheet lays out the terms of the loan in the way the lender expects they might look. Okay, I can't say it any more clearly than that. It's what the terms they might look like. I've had a lot of people I worked with in the past that get a term sheet, they get all excited, and then come to find out something changed on their loan as the lender went through their process and they didn't get approved or didn't even get it closed. So a term sheet just says, here's what we think this might look like if we get this thing done. Now, a term sheet should lay out the various aspects of a loan, so the rate they expect, the term, the length of the loan, any closing fees, all those different things. And that's why it's good to ask for a term sheet, because it'll give you what the lender expects that to look like. But again, those specifics aren't nailed down. Now, a commitment letter is much better and is exactly what you want from a lender. A term sheet will come before the underwriting and decision process has even happened. A commitment letter happens after the lender has asked for all your documentation, they've analyzed your loan, and they are committing to that loan. Now, does that mean it is guaranteed to close? No, it doesn't. It doesn't mean it's guaranteed to close at all. And here's why. The commitment letter happens before due diligence is done. For example, on Monday's episode, I talked about the idea of giving up collateral for a loan, or how long it takes a loan to get approved and how collateral can slow that down. So let's assume that you have a commitment letter from a lender, and on there they list that they're going to be taking a first lien position on a piece of real estate you own. If the appraiser goes out and appraises that property and it doesn't come back for the right amount of value that the lender was looking for, then even with a commitment letter, your loan can fall through. So term sheet does not mean much of anything other than what they expect the loan to look like. A commitment letter does typically mean that the loan has been approved, but it is conditioned on a few other items happening, and you're not guaranteed to get to closing, although it is likely you will unless something just extraneous happens and blows up on you. So there's a big difference between those two. Make sure when you get one or the other from a lender, you're taking a look at exactly what it is, term sheet or commitment letter. You can cheer and be excited a little bit when you get the commitment letter, but with the term sheet, just know that it is likely things are going to change on you. Next up on the podcast on Friday, I'll be talking about how to negotiate rates, how rates are set, and how to negotiate them and get yourself a better deal. Hope this information helps you a lot. Have a great day.